Welcome back to our AI Strategy to Action series. We are following back up on the AI Strategic Framework to help leaders drive enterprise impact. Are you ready to apply it to your PMO strategy? I'm joined here again by Siva Gandikota, a leader in AI implementation across PMO and enterprise domains. In our last video, we introduced a framework for setting the AI strategy at the enterprise level. Today, we're now applying that same framework to a specific domain, IT PMO. So I am Patricia. For those of you that don't know me, this is part two of our series in the month's theme. In part one, we covered how to set the AI strategy and the priorities using a maturity assessment. Today, we focus on applying that framework for the IT PMO goals. Part three, we'll explore real world use cases across customers, program managers, development teams. And then in part four, we're going to tackle some challenges and adoption strategies. So again, we're using the same framework, but this time we begin with a PMO vision. And I'm really excited about the opportunity this has on driving improvement and how we drive our investments, from the interactions and input we get with the customers to those that are managing the programs, to the leaders and the development teams that are planning, validating work. We really have the opportunity to drive more focus on the outcomes with AI. So see here how we have an overall vision for the PMO, and then we break down the PMO goals with a brainstorm of how AI can accelerate or enable each one. The table below is just a sample breakdown to get us started. Siva?
Hi there, this is Siva Gandikota. Let us dig into one of the goals: drive strategic alignment. Driving strategy means making sure every program in the portfolio directly supports enterprise priorities. But today that's not easy. Priorities shift fast, data lives in silos, and decisions are often made on gut feel rather than the facts. The result: projects that look busy but they don't move the needle. Now, this is where AI changes the game. With AI assisted roadmap planning, we can continuously align initiatives as the goals evolve. Portfolio prioritization engine show where to invest for the highest impact. And with scenario modeling, we can test the trade-offs before we commit our resources. Together, these tools make the strategic alignment continuous, data-driven, and outcome-based.
Next, we ask, what does success look like? And what use cases will help us get there? So success, it really starts the clarity, by in defining, what good looks like and mapping those AI use cases to measurable outcomes. We really ensure that every initiative they drives value. Maybe it's the faster decision making, reduce risk, improving efficiency. Either way, success indicators are what help us prioritize what matters, and they're the key to kind of proving the business impact in the long run. See the columns added in the framework, to capture success indicators and use cases for each PMO goal.
I'm really excited about where PMO is headed with AI. We are moving from tracking work to truly delivering business outcomes. AI gives us the power to predict risks, recommend priorities, and align every investment with enterprise goals. In the previous slide, we selected our goal, driving strategic alignment. And now we are identifying the use cases that bring it to life. You will choose yours based on your organization specific pain points. In this example, we have chosen portfolio prioritization and AI assisted roadmap planning. Before we go further, it is important to define success, what success looks like. We'll measure it by percentage of initiatives aligned to strategic goals and the reduction in the prioritization cycle time. This is the clear proof that AI is helping PMO to become more strategic, proactive, and outcome driven.
So now we layer in the AI maturity model, tailored to the PMO use cases. Referencing the tables on the right, we assess each use case across the five maturity levels from exploring to transformative and seven focus areas like vision, risk oversight, data readiness. This is just another lens to help you assess where are we at and where are we headed with the PMO. Now I'll hand it over to Siva. He's going to go through an example in more depth.
Thanks, Patricia. This slide shows how we are measuring AI maturity within the PMO. understanding where we are today and where we are headed. Let us take portfolio prioritization as an example. Right now, our current maturity is emerging. We did some pilots, but integration with the planning tools is still limited, and much of the scoring is manual. From there, where are we going? Our target maturity is operationalized, meaning AI-driven prioritization become part of everyday decision making, first with the IT leaders and then across the enterprise. To get there, we are focusing on vision and priorities, aligning our AI goals with the business strategy, and on the way of working, ensuring the teams are structured to deliver and sustain the AI outcomes.
Next, we prioritize AI investments by rating each project on business value, technical feasibility, and operational readiness. The table below has a breakdown of each of these populated with the fictitious but potentially common projects. So please reference the factors to the right to help you do your assessment. For example, how urgent is this effort to the organization? Do you have platforms to support it? Are key stakeholders actually open to adopting it? If not, you might want to reconsider it in terms of the overall value and priority for this. So, just like any project, projects to drive AI in the PMO are investments and they warrant scrutiny. Everything costs money. So, focus on high value, high feasibility projects and avoid those with low feasibility that stall execution.
This slide shows us how we prioritize our AI investments, looking at each use case through the lens of value, feasibility, and readiness. On the left, you will see portfolio prioritization. It ranks high across the board. It delivers strong business value, technically feasible, and our teams are ready. This one directly impacts the strategic decision making and delivers measurable business value. On the right, utilization heat map falls lower. They provide visibility, but overall business impact is small, ownership is not clear, and the readiness is not there. This kind of scoring helps us to focus AI investments where they will create a most enterprise value and do it faster. This is the AI prioritization chart. It helps us balance the value and the risk before we commit our resources. Each use case is plotted based on the business value and the implementation risk. This helps us confirm rankings, spot outliers, and make smart sequencing decisions. In the bottom right, you will see the quick wins, things like prioritization, which delivers high value, low risk, and is ready to go. Up in the top area, we have moonshots and wildcards. These are high risk with big long term investment potential. Basically, this view helps us keep AI roadmap strategic, balanced, and achievable.
Hey, thank you, Siva. Hey, I'm one, that believes in doing, your homework and, getting to the right level of detail that's needed for decisions. At the end of the day, though, we need to get stakeholders aligned on priorities. And that is what, a visual chart like this can really help us do. So today's key takeaway, AI is a strategic enabler for IT PMOs. By aligning use cases to goals, assessing maturity, and advancing key dimensions, leaders can shift from those pilots that they have proof of concepts to really kind of driving enterprise impact. Your challenge, pick a key area of your PMO strategy. How can AI enable that vision? Next up, we have those PMO AI use cases we're excited to share, and then challenges and adoption strategies that follow. Thank you again, and we're looking forward to a path forward with AI and you.